connection to the sound that surrounds you.
And I feel like the Barbie. I'm a doll, but I
Hit music belongs here.
I got the keys to the city.
This is Vicinity FM 95.3.
Welcome again on the show Women's Talk on Vicinity 95.3 FM. I am your host, Luafunke Ija. It's a beautiful Friday afternoon right here to Kejile Ijesha. How are you doing?
So fine, she causing confusion. Keep your head up, no look down.
So, I decided to do a little findings today and say, okay, why are we called women? Again, a very general knowledge is, we're formed from true creation. Ribs from the man Adam was taken, to create the woman. Okay, and we all believe that story true according to creation, but also after creation, the woman is the one who carries a child for recreation purposes. No, not recreation, procreation. Man can never carry a child, except for these days when you hear some strange things. But normally, the real deal is women are the one with wombs. They carry children in their womb. And if you want procreation, you have to meet with a woman to form another, human like you. So people say, okay, let's say it's the womb man. So womb and man. And they take out the MB and put it together and say, well, that's why women are called women, because they carry the womb. Well, that also is something aside what we believe from the story of creation, that a woman was formed from the ribs of Adam to create Eve, and from there we took it from there. But after that there was no creation of sorts, because moving forward Adam had Eve had children. From there, procreation from generation to generation. So creating someone again out of another man does not have to come from the ribs, it comes from the woman. That's why we still stand by that word woman today. Now that's it. That's that. Just to let you know that you are you carry, you know, how do I say this now? Whatever is coming, and for us to still have the society we have today is because of women. Because if we're not here, how do we get to procreate? How do we, get to see more beautiful human beings on the face of the earth? That tells us we have great power. Of course, we will not diminish that, men are men, but it tells us that we have great power and then great strength, as we are the vehicle that brings more human beings like us into this world. And we want to have beautiful, human beings like we have. Painfully, somehow, the world we live in today, when a woman gives birth to a child, you tell the child that, I'm the one who gave birth to you. See, you have to listen to me. When your mother tells you that, I think you should get your heart together. Though she is the vehicle that drove you into this world, of course, she has no right to do anything concerning that. But all she can do is protect and guide you. When you hear a woman tell you that, just respect yourself. Respect yourself. Auntie, uncle, I don't care who you are, no matter how old you are. Your mother is your mother. If you've accomplished all the things in the world, you have to still look up to her. Well, let's move away from that because it's not the main thing we want to dwell on this morning. Just want to establish the fact that women are really important in the world we live in today, and we should not disregard them in whatever way.
Oh, 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 baby, oh. God, did you still make me
And I'll tell you, with all those trends we've got today, we still have our fears. I used to hear men say, women, you people are multitaskers. So there comes a time I was at this event. I'm not going to mention what kind of event. But a man said, if a woman is cheating on you, you may never find out because women are multitaskers. And I'm like, that's offensive. Well, why would you say that? Are you saying that we're more prone to cheating than men? No. Men cheat more because a woman will consider her children, the home, her parent, the husband. Before you put your hands into so many things, you want to, because we're more empathetic and more than the men. So you put a lot of things into consideration before you make some rash decisions. But men, they just do their thing, and until the whole thing fall before their face, then they start to I shouldn't have done that. Then the regrets. For women, before they do something, they will think about the results before they even take the action. But men, they take action before realizing that this the consequences of this thing may be brutal. But that's men. They're just there, spontaneous. They just do their thing. For a woman, it's hard for you to just see a woman to see a woman just make choices just like that. They consider the end of that thing before it starts. They weigh it and be sure that this thing I want to do, what will be the outcome? So we most times consider the outcome than even what we're going to do, because eventually the outcome matters a lot. Yeah, the outcome supersedes everything, and a woman will always use that as a way to be sure that this is really what she wants to do. She's not sure the outcome will be a good one, she will drop it. But eventually, that's why you say women fear a lot of things. It's not because they're fearful, it's because they always consider what will be the end of this before they put their hands into it. So coming back to that saying that when women cheat, you never can find out. Women can do a lot of things at once. Men just believe, no, let me do this and move over. But for women, women are multitaskers. They can do a lot at the same time because they believe this world is the world, it's at your beck and call. So now that you have what it takes to make your demands, do it fast or do whatever you have to do, because time is not on your side. And especially when we talk about women's clock and all of that, so believe, let's do it now, just get over it. When it comes to childbirth, they tell you you should have children on time. When it comes to getting married, they tell you you have to marry on time. Nobody ever tell men that. You don't tell men to, do this on time. Though they do, but sometimes men do not worry about these things that much like women, because women can be fearful about a lot of things because they are not thinking about now, they're thinking about the future. But for men just think about now, now, now. That's why you see that men are more prone to, having other partners. Because they just think of, well, these particular feelings I am having now, I'll just do it, not minding the consequences. But a woman would think twice before she takes a step, because she knows, if I take this step, what will happen? My children, my husband, my parents. Even when she's not married, she will still think of something. Think about people around their lives. What will my friends say? What will the society say? So you have to still question something. It's Women to Woman. It's Women's Talk. You can join us on Facebook at Vicinity 95.3 FM. Be right back.
God did this thing when he made you. Woman to woman, you're one in a billion. She a queen, she a vision. Pretty woman, beautiful woman, so fine, she causing confusion. Keep your head up, no look down. You say to yourself, look at me now, you see me a bad bitch. First class, baby, you know me status. Super icon, me no need to practice. Walking around, everybody wants this. When you see me coming better powder.
With that being said, what are the greatest fear of a woman? Yeah, for every woman out there, she's afraid of something. Not because she thinks something is going to happen to her. She's just afraid of something. Like I said, men really sometimes do not give it a care, really care about some things. But for a woman, 10 things are on her mind, At the same time, she's thinking about this, she's thinking about that, she's thinking about this. That's why they always tell men, take care of your wife, look after your wife. Because with all this burden on her, that's why you see, even before childbearing, and if you do not look out for yourself or take care of yourself, you start seeing that, age will start to tell on you when you're still young. They always say, man, take care of your wife, because someday you're going to look at her and think she's your grandma because she has overworked herself, and you never paid attention, to assisting or guiding or helping or being a support to her. Because women fear that sometimes they don't get this support, they just want to go all out and do it themselves. They say, either they want support me or not. Well, I just do this thing. I don't have to wait. And it is the place of the men in our lives, regardless, either your husband, your friend, your brother, your sister, your boyfriend, you're just something to her. Always look out for the women around you, because they go through a lot. And a lot of things women fear is the fear of societal pressure. The society will always pressure you. Now, on the men's side, the only pressure I think sometimes men face is, find a life. The moment you just figure out what your purpose is and you're living it, as the people will not really bother you. They just be like, maybe you don't find purpose, find wife. And they just say that. But for a woman, even when you have a good career, you have a good life, they tell you, this money, are you sure men will come? They don't tell that to men. Because for a man, you even need the money. And sometimes men even fear that, okay, I hope this will not make me. The only fear men have is they're scared that, okay, with all of the things I've achieved, I hope this is not the only thing that will attract the woman. Maybe some other things might, let it not be that, because she see that I have it going well and she jumps on it. But for a woman, even when you have it all put together, you have a great career, you have a good financial standing, people still worry and tell you to tune it down. Like, just stop, don't drive. No, don't drive. If you want to, don't buy a car. Let the man come before you buy yourself a car. You want them to think, if you have a car, they won't even think that it's your job, or that's from what you earn. You got a car. They think maybe you're doing some other things. don't buy yourself a car. We'll be jumping buses. So I'm advising you. Tell you, still live with your parents. No, if you don't even want to get an accommodation, maybe you're living out of the neighborhood where your parents work. They tell you, don't rent any serious, don't go look for big apartments. But I tell you, women are doing great these days, honestly. Women who have a legit jobs, and just follow through and for years they have buried themselves in their work, and now they're doing great. But still, all of us, even some women, will still say, are you sure it's this job this girl is doing that's giving out this money? But when it's a man, they tell you, he has a great job. No, yeah, it's okay if he's living in this kind of house. Yeah, I know that man has been working tirelessly. When it comes to women, are you sure? The thing is, don't we think women can earn more like the men do? But we always question women. That's why women have this fear, especially some of the women who these things get to. They have this fear, societal pressure. When something is going good for you, they tell you, men will run. When you're broke and you have nothing, they tell you, men will use you. So what do you want us to do, Biko? 08132371268. 08132371268. Let me know if I have people who are thinking along with me this afternoon on this issue on women's talk. No, they tell you, you don't have a job, you don't have anything. Men, we ask you what you're bringing to the table. Auntie, what are you bringing to the table? When I had something to bring to the table, you guys asked me to tune it down. You asked that I should not flaunt it so that men will not run away. Now there is another person who does not even have anything to bring to the table. You're still asking her, what do you want? What is she bringing to the table? I'm bringing myself, because when I have the means, you say I should not bring it to the table, because men will fear that they're a boss lady. Now that I'm no more, now that you have encountered with someone who is not a boss lady, there is trouble. So what do you want? An average woman, somebody who is not too ambitious, who is not career driven, who is not a boss woman, who is just there on the average doing her thing? Is it okay? Or you want someone who's just just there looking for a man to lift her, from the dungeon, from the mud, so that you say, I clean you up, but I brought you here and made you who you are. Is that it? Is that what you want her to bring to the table? Because eventually women fear for some of these things, and no matter how great a woman is doing out there, even if she does not carry that fear so much, some women are very bold that they don't even care, but people around them care. Their parents care, their friends, colleagues, their support system will tell them, okay, just take it easy. And the woman will tell you, I'm fine, I'm okay, I don't care how any other person feel about me out there, I'm doing great, and this is all that matters, because if I'm broke, nobody will feed me. And it's the truth. You don't see women go stand on the street and say, I don't have a job, I don't have a life, so I'm here, and nobody cares. You won't feed that woman. Now she's going out to do something for herself, and you still have worries. Hello, good afternoon. Sorry, we lost that call. If you want to join this conversation, you can leave a comment on our Facebook page or call 081-3237-1268. So that's the question I'm asking this afternoon. What do you want women to do? And they're afraid that if they have too much, men will run. If they don't have, men will still run. Because if I go stand on the street and say, I don't have a job, somebody should help me, they tell me, go find a job, go do something, learn a craft, do something. So nobody is easy on you when you don't have any means of livelihood, or you're not doing something out there. Nobody wants someone who is completely dependent on another. This is 21st century, darling. Nobody wants them to nurture an adult like a child. It's only children. Even children nowadays, some of them, you see what their parents are doing with them on social media, trying to, if you know the likes of Kirikou and others, children. Emmanuel has started somewhere. Children are even, their parents are finding ways, to really nurture their talents on time, so that we know what talents do you have. If it's how you can start making money for yourself. I beg, don't come and stress me, because we don't know what the future entails. And at this point, life is not getting easy. So imagine that, and you have an adult, a full-blown adult who is grown, and then have mind to think, and then you're not doing anything. Who ask you question? Say the economy is bad. It's bad for everybody knows the economy is bad. We are in this together. We're still going out there to do something, to fend for ourselves. So what's the excuse? At this point, what do we leave the woman with? Should she be so high there and then worry that she will scare people away, or just be at the bottom low and then just look for somebody to drag out, or just be at the middle, just do your thing on the average, and then wait for someone who gets to see you there? Which would you advise a woman to do? Keep pursuing you, keep doing you, and then let the rest of the world take care of their own problems, or just keep playing by what society dictates to you. So it's 132371268.
You say to yourself, you say, can't you see me now? 'Cause I can't see you now. That you see me now. Oh, 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 baby, oh. God did this thing when he made you. Woman to woman.
Before I go on the show this afternoon, I'll just say, well, for every woman out there, we all are not made for the boardroom. True. That does not mean that you're not doing great. Whatever you're doing, just make sure you are doing it for you and taking care of yourself. Like I said, we're not all going to be career women. We're not all going to, find ourselves in boardrooms. But wherever you are, make sure you're doing something for yourself. You're not dependent on someone out there. If you even need some people around you, the support system, because no matter how great, talented, rich you are, it's even rich people that have many people around them. Yeah, you say they have money, they have to give, but rich people don't like to stress themselves. Even if it means someone helping them to carry their leg, they will pay that person. Aside even paying, rich people who are influential, people who have achieved a lot, like to be surrounded, and you see a lot of times they have this maid, that guard, and be like, this is too much. The helps you even have are more than the number of people in your family. And you wonder, because they know how it is, that you need people around you. You don't stress yourself up. You be the one to cook, you be the one to wash, you be the one to do this. Tell you that's a lot of stress. If you can find a way to get help, even if you have to pay, do it, so that you would have rest most of the time. And when you ask them, do they really rest? They don't. They're still jumping on one thing or the other. They like to have people around them. So my point is, whatever you have, whatever you do, you still need people around you, and all of us will not be this ambitious. But for whatever you do, the little things you do it in a great way. The things you do, keep pushing the boundaries, because we might not all be made for boardrooms, but for those made for the boardroom, let them be the woman they are. Doesn't make them less. And for those who have chosen, to tread some other path that's not this magnanimous, let them do it. It doesn't reduce them. They're still women, in as much as they're doing something that's legit, something that's true, and contributing to the society. Trust me, if you go to the market and you don't sell anybody to sell tomato to you, hunger go finish you, and you now say that woman is less. No, she's not less. So I beg, she's allowing me the opportunity, to go to the market and be happy that I'll meet this woman today. She will sell me tomato, help me grind, and I'll come home and cook a delicious stew and eat with my rice. She's doing something. She's contributing to the society in a little way. And you in the boardroom, joining others to make decisions, either you're in governance or whatever, and you're helping us shape the policy. Please do it well too, because we want to come home at night and say thank you. So if we say thank you to you at the top, we want to say thank thank you to the women out there, doing their thing in the little way they can, to make this place a better world. It's Women's Talk on listening to 95.3 FM. Make sure to join us next week, same time, 2:30 to the hour of 3. I remain your host, Oluwafunke Israel. This is where I get to say bye for now. Executive producer is the Adishola Salami, and kudos to the technical crew for making this a smooth ride.
She a queen, she a vision. You a pretty woman, beautiful woman, so fine, she causing confusion. Keep your head up, no look down. You say to yourself, you say.